Hi. First of all, I want to say Shabbat Shalom. I know somebody can be in different country. Now I'm located in Cambodia, so it's about, I think, 4 hours left till Shabbat. And I decided to do the video. Um, I think it's a very special video because not so many people speak out about that. But I think it's very important now to remind to ourselves about these things. So today I speak about 7 laws of Bnei Noach. What are they? The heritage from our ancestors. And since humanity's is descendants from of the Noach, he survived and his family survived the Great Flood. And in Jewish tradition, we learned that 6 of these laws was given to Adam, the first man on the earth. And then it was added one more law, so totally it becomes 7, and was given to Noah when humankind has permitted to eat meat, consume meat. And what are they? They are basic laws of all us. These 7 laws of Noah, Noah was given to non-Jew to follow them and fulfill them. And these laws are also included in 10 commandments that was given to Moses at Mountain Sinai. At the dawn of human history, God gave the man 7 rules that we have to follow, and it was recounted in of the first book of Torah, the Jewish Bible, and it was explained in Talmud. It's oral Torah that explains the thing that's written in Torah, the written Bible. And how it's described, like why they was given to us, why we have to fulfill them. There will be a time where children of Noah, I mean all our humanity, will be prepared to return to this path. It means to the path of God. That will be beginning of new world of wisdom and peace. Civilization itself must be affirmed, acknowledge that, believe that God is only one, and we all came here to serve Him in accordance to His law. So we have to follow these 7 laws, and we have to remember that and recognize that the high power to whom we are responsible and who observe all our actions. In a Jewish Musar, in Jewish ethics, we call it Pirkei Avot. There is words, it's chapter 2. So read it in Hebrew first. That we have to remember about 3 things. That there is the eyes that see you, there is the ears that hear you, and all your actions are recorded. So how it's signed in Hebrew. עין רואה ואוזן שומעת וכל מעשיך בספר נכתבים. So when we are doing any actions here and now, we could think that nobody sees us, like we can do anything we want inside our houses in the darkness, and people don't see us, and we are fine, but we have to remember that the high power God always sees us, always hears us, and know what we are doing. It doesn't matter where we are, in our house, in the room, in a dark place, in the forest, wherever we are. And when this time is come and we fulfill all these laws and we follow them, then the world become peaceful, and we will not transcend the selfishness of our character. So we delete our ego and the subjectivity of our intellect, right? Because anyway, our mind, sometimes we see things, we think this is the things we really see, but in a reality that can be different. For example, sometimes we see the mom beat the child, and we think, oh, she's so strict and she's doing bad things, but probably the child did something that his action leads to this action of the mom, and it doesn't mean she's doing bad. It's something bad that we see, but it's for the good, for the good reason. So at Mountain Sinai, when Moses received Torah, the Jewish Bible, and 10 Commandments for the Jew, he also received the 7 laws for non-Jew. And God, in charge of the Jewish people, to be the light into the other nations, recognizing that, bring recognition of Creator and His laws. So these 7 laws are our spiritual, moral, basic of our life. And as soon as we start to do it, we'll see how the world will change, and also the people around you. Again, we first start from ourselves, and then we bring this positivity and goodness to the world. So let's see the 7 rules. The first one, no adultery. What does it mean? It's prohibit to worship another idols and other gods. It can be, for example, the sun, or the stars, or the nature. The God is only one, and we are here to serve Him. Second one is, do not curse God in the name of the God. So it's prohibit to curse directed at the Supreme Being. Number 3 is, carry out justice. Pursue justice, so social justice, and prohibit of any miscarriage of justice. Number 4, no murder. So it's prohibited to murder, to suicide, and causing any injury of any human being or living being. Number 5, no theft. So no steal. What's mean? It's wrongful taking of another goods. Number 6, forbidden relationships. No sexual immorality. It means it's prohibited to do homosexual intercourse, or to have any relationships kind of with the animals, and prohibited to be with a married woman or married a man, etc. Number 7, don't eat a limb of a living creature. It means before Noah, before the great flood, the humanity was permitted to eat only the leaves or grass or fruits or seeds, and after the great flood, God permitted that to eat meat. So after this, these 7 laws, number 7, don't eat the limb of a living creature, was added by God. So we cannot eat any limb of any living creature, then it's still alive, and we cannot drink blood. From where we derive it? It's in the verse from the first book of Torah. There are 5 books, so the first one. And the Lord commanded it upon the man, and it was given again to the nation of the world through Moses at Sinai. It's in Exodus, the second book of Torah, and it was known by the name of Noah. So what was given? It was given to Jewish people to bring them out and speak out about divine presence in the world, and Jewish people got the knowledge about this, and knowledge how the world was created, how it's ruled, and what is and to explain it to other nations, um, to make them integrate, to make them, to unite them, and for their well-being. And for example, King Solomon, it was one of the greatest king of in the world when the Beit HaMikdash would exist, the temple in Jerusalem. And when he finished to build the temple, he specially asked God to pay attention to the prayer of non-Jews, and who can come to the temple and bring their sacrifice and offerings to God and come to pray there. It's mentioned in Tanakh, Malachim number 1, the book called King 1. And in this time at the Jerusalem, the temple was the spiritual center of all the humanity. Not only Jews was serving there and doing their duty, but also another nations could come there and bring the offerings and pray there. And one of the prophets, Isaiah, he called it a house of all nations. And on the high holiday Sukkot, it's one of the holiday of Jewish people, there were featured 7 bowls offerings that correspond to 7 nations of the world. During this time, the offerings was brought to God and pray for the mercy and good life, not only for Jewish people but also for non-Jewish people. And also in Isaiah mentioned in his book that God created the world that it might be settled. So the world should be observing the mitzvot and by non-Jews, and also observing the mitzvot of Jews. There are 630, much more. And that bring perfection of the world, and it will be bring Mashiach time, or we call it Messiah, through fulfilling these 7 commandments of God. So it is a duty of Jewish people to bring the world to fulfill these 7 mitzvot and speak out about that and teach another people about this.